the Ateneo de Manila University proudly and gratefully confers on Tzu Chi Foundation Philippines the parangal Lingkod sa Bayanan.
In September, the Ateneo de Manila University recognized Tzu Chi Foundation's excellent disaster relief management. Tzu Chi was particularly commended for its relief work in the aftermath of Typhoon Ondoy and Super Typhoon Yolanda.
I think people here in the Philippines are very much aware of the goodness that Tzu Chi has been to our people. So I must say that even the values that Tzu Chi represents is something that we also resonate with, we can identify with.
Okay, para masistema tayo kasi ang palalabasin natin ngayong araw na ito isang gathering lang po, no? Para magkaintindihan tayo gawin natin.
Marikina City was deep in mud after the heavy flooding brought by Typhoon Ondoy in 2009. For the first time, Tzu Chi launched a Cash for Work program, mobilizing over 10,000 Mariqueños to clean up their communities. Within 18 days, Barangay Langka, Tumana, and Malanday were cleared and the typhoon victims managed to recover through the 400 pesos daily cash allowance they received. In 2013, the mountains of debris left by Super Typhoon Yolanda in the streets of Tacloban City posed public health threats. Tzu Chi immediately launched a Cash for Work program mobilizing over 30,000 individuals daily. Every participant received 500 pesos daily cash allowance. After 19 days, the streets became passable and the local economy roared back to life.
Sinugal ng mga taong ito ang kanilang buhay habang tinatangay sila ng rumaragas ang ilog ng San Mateo.
Itong bayan ng Pinamalaya ng sinasabing hardest hit o yung pinakamatinding sinalanta ng bagyong Nona.
Bakas ang malaking pinsala sa probinsya ng Aurora na unang napuruhan ng bagyong Lando.
Kulay putik na yung mga palayan na dati berde na nakikita dito sa Nueva Ecija.
Metro Manila is struck by disasters year-round, 5 incidents particularly, leaving many poor Filipino families in dire condition. Unable to stay still while many of their fellow men are suffering, Tzu Chi volunteers are among the first to bring aid to the victims. This was the case in Barangay Malanday when a fire razed a residential community on September 10th. On the day of the fire incident, Tzu Chi volunteers cooked hot meals for the victims. The following day, relief supplies and 5,000 pesos cash aid were given to each family affected.
Maraming salamat po dahil sila agad po kaming tinutulungan. At wala po kaming masabi dahil binibigyan nila kagad na aksyon yung pangangailangan namin. Sa lahat ng bagay sila po yung nangungunang tumulong sa amin, ma'am.
In October, Tzu Chi began its annual distribution of 20 kilo sacks of Taiwan rice. Taiwan's Food and Agriculture Department allocated 4,400 metric tons of rice for the Philippines this year. This will be distributed to the poorest families and disaster-affected regions across Metro Manila, Cavite, Cabanatuan, San Mateo in Rizal, Leyte, Bohol, Zamboanga, and Davao City. Prior to this, Tzu Chi volunteers conducted home visits to ensure the sacks of rice will reach the families who need it the most.
Ngayon araw may pangsahin ko kayo.
Opo, meron na po.
Galing ba sa Tzu Chi?
Thank you, Tzu Chi!
In Bohol, This led the volunteers to 51-year-old Santiago Renoblas. Santiago could no longer support his family due to a benign mass that had spread around his neck and shoulders. On September 24th, Tima Dr. Ramon Lau waived his professional fee and performed the 4-hour surgery that finally rid Santiago of his 2-year-old lipoma.
Papasalamat po ako sa tulong na bigay sa Tzu Chi sa asawa ko.
In March, the Philippines hosted the annual TIMA convention for the first time. Members from the USA, Australia, Taiwan, Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, Vietnam, and the Philippines gathered to discuss the importance of human touch in the medical field and the role of the medical team in times of disasters. TIMA, which stands for the Tzu Chi International Medical Association, is a global network of medical practitioners who serve as volunteers. TIMA members give their utmost care in treating the poor and the sick, providing complete medical care including surgeries. In the wake of disasters, TIMA volunteers go to the disaster area to help treat the sick and wounded victims. Through the convention, inspiration spread from one doctor to another, resulting to a bigger band of local and international volunteer medical practitioners. This year, Tzu Chi held 4 large-scale medical missions which were joined by TIMA members from 8 countries. These free clinics treated over 16,000 indigent patients in Manila, Tacloban City, Davao City, and San Mateo in Rizal. Tzu Chi's affinity with San Mateo began in 2012 when monsoon rains flooded the town. Tzu Chi was among the first group to bring the victims aid, and since then, the Buddhist group has never left San Mateo. This year, a memorandum of agreement was signed between the San Mateo government and the Tzu Chi General Hospital of Hualien, Taiwan, to fight tuberculosis and rabies together. Under the MOA, the Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital provided 400 anti-rabies shots as well as courses and medication treatment for 20% of tuberculosis patients in San Mateo. In gratitude, the San Mateo government recognized Tzu Chi's contribution in improving the health, environment, and livelihood of the people during the town's 445th founding anniversary. In May, Tzu Chi turned 50 years old. Volunteers from the Philippines flew to their spiritual home in Hualien, Taiwan, to celebrate with Tzu Chi's founder, Master Zheng Yan, with other volunteers from over 30 countries. Locally, the celebration was marked by separate Buddha bathing ceremonies in Marikina City, Ormoc City, and Tacloban City. Over 14,000 Catholics, Buddhists, and Muslims united for one event. For the first time, Tacloban City created its first human formation of the lotus flower. Just as the lotus flower blooms beautifully in murky waters, the people of Tacloban rises up from the ruins of Super Typhoon Yolanda to fill their city with beauty and love. Through the dusty earth and under the summer heat in Ormoc City, the local volunteers performed a piece called From Vow to Action, which tells the story of a monk who overcame years of difficulties to spread Buddhism in Japan. Just as the monk showed firm determination, courage, and faith in fulfilling the vows he made, Tzu Chi volunteers in Ormoc are resolute in following the path of goodness. In January this year, or mock locals officially joined the rank of Tzu Chi volunteers as they received their uniforms for the first time. Several months before the awarding, they had been diligently attending training seminars. From victims of Super Typhoon Yolanda and aid recipients who used to lead their lives in ill vices, they have been awakened from life's truth and are now making use of their lives meaningfully. As world leaders agreed to reduce their country's greenhouse gas emissions in an attempt to slow down the effects of climate change, the call to participate echoes globally. In the Philippines, Tzu Chi launched a 21-day vegetarian lunch campaign to support the advocacy. Scientific studies claim that the livestock industry is among the largest contributors of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. For 4 weeks in August, Tzu Chi mobilized 800 man-days of volunteers to prepare, cook, and deliver 1,000 vegetarian meals packed every day to individuals and companies who signed up for the campaign. The world-renowned Filipino architectural firm, Palafox Associates, is among those who participated and personally experienced the benefits of vegetarianism.
I have been a diabetic for more than 10 years. I've been suffering from gout for maybe 25 years and so many medicine to take. Last March, I made a presentation to the master and I was limping, and the master reminded me, he suggested to go vegetarian. I decided to follow the master's advice. I had no more diabetes, I had no more gout. I lost 2 inches from my neckline, 5 inches from my waistline, and 35 pounds. Even the doctors are very surprised.
Tzu Chi also continues to educate the public on the environmental benefits of recycling through regular promotion in their communities.
Tinutulungan nilang mga na-disaster, nasunugan, nabaha, nalindol.
Schools, and in cemeteries during the observance of All Saints and All Souls Day. In December, Tzu Chi's recycling program began to cover 28 additional stations in Quezon City. By the end of 2016, Tzu Chi has set up 280 recycling stations across Marikina City, San Mateo in Rizal, Quezon City, and San Juan. The program mobilizes more than 500 recycling volunteers. Since 2010, these recycling volunteers are not only helping clean the environment, but are also provided with allowances to help support their families. Lilibet Relihiza had no idea how to survive when her husband suddenly passed away, leaving her to raise their 8 children alone. When Tzu Chi opened the Cash for Work recycling program in Marikina, Lilibeth was among those accommodated. Today, she is an attendant at Tzu Chi's Cherish Blessings charity store in Santa Mesa, Manila.
Kumikita po ako sa halagang 250. Allowance po namin yun. Yung ba ay kahit pa paano nakakaluwag na po kami mag-anak. At nakapag-aral po yung 2 kong anak at yung isa ko pong anak nakuha po ng Tzu Chi Foundation ng isang scholar po siya. Kaya ang laki po napapasalamat ko sa Tzu Chi Foundation. Hindi dito sa Tzu Chi Foundation, hindi ako magkakaroon ng pag-asa.
Through regular assessment, Tzu Chi discovers the other needs of these recycling volunteers. As many of them are living below poverty line, Tzu Chi's aid extends from livelihood to recommending them for long-term care, rice, and medical assistance, as well as scholarship grants and house repair projects. The house repair project has now benefited over 99 families. Majority of them are recycling volunteers. While Tzu Chi provided the construction materials, Tzu Chi volunteers carry out the repair works from the humility and sincerity in their hearts.
Tzu Chi, masaya po. Kasi nga po ginagawa yung bahay namin. Tapos po,
maraming tumulong na volunteer para matapos po agad. Papasalamat po ako kay Master Ching dahil po isa po ako sa natulungan ng mga house repair ang bahay namin. Ngayon po, masaya na po ang pamilya ko. Maluwag na po, hindi na po sila nagkakagulo.
Over the last 22 years, Tzu Chi has been committed in bringing warmth and care to the needy, following its philosophy of giving joy, peace, kindness, and compassion. But as climate change continues to threaten mankind, with stronger and deadlier natural calamities forming every year, we need as many hands as we could gather to join in loving Mother Earth. As Master Zheng Yan says, only when our planet is at peace can people be at peace. Only when we begin to care for our planet can we prevent disasters from happening and make the world a harmonious place to live in.